What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Dan here. You can't really see me. Welcome to yet another game unboxing. A game unboxing that was delayed not because of me, but for basically a month. More than a month's time. I actually had a bunch of issues receiving this right here, this copy here of the game. And this is essentially the unboxing for both editions, both collector's editions, the big boys, of Far Cry 5. We have the Father Edition and the Hope County Edition. Now essentially what the difference is, this is the top version, so the most expensive one you can get, and this one's the gear below it, or the level below it. Both come with different things. So that's why we have a special opportunity for me to showcase both editions and if they're worth the different price points, which one's better and which one's more bang for your buck. Now I originally bought this one for myself. Ubisoft was awesome enough to send me this version of the game, this version of the collector's edition I should say, so a huge thanks to Ubisoft for sending me this. Now this also gives us, it's like I said, this is the first time we've ever been able to compare collector's editions. Now the reason this took so long, I mentioned it a few times, but essentially they had my address like cut off on the package, so the post office didn't know who to deliver this to. They didn't know they didn't have a complete address, so they didn't bother. Sent it back, and it was just a whole gong show, which is why we're unboxing Far Cry in May instead of the end of March. Because I actually received this. It was sitting in the post office on March 26th, the day before it officially went out or came out. The game 27th was the day that Far Cry 5 came out. So what we're going to be doing here is comparing the two, as I mentioned. Now, since this is the second highest edition, we're going to start with this one, and then after that we're going to move on to this one. So let's check out the Father Edition. Alright guys, so starting off with the Father Edition, we have ourselves a rather narrow box with a slip cover. As you can see, this will come off in a bit, and on the front part of it we've actually got Joseph Seed with the Father Edition there, and it's Joseph Seed, and in the facial hair and the hair, so just basically the hair on the you know, in this emblem, you got images from Hope County and the whole Far Cry idea here. So you got, you know, Joseph up here doing his preaching. Down here we got the church. So that's kind of cool here. And if we rotate the box, it's different members of the Seed family. So over here we've got Faith Seed's portfolio or profile, and in her hair it's a tree actually instead of like hair. So it's kind of like symbolism of there. As you can see, there's the flowers that she spreads around. You know, the ones that make you all wonky. Those, like, all things related to that character are in their hair. And on the back here we have got John Seed, and he's the guy who's essentially responsible for the actual indoctrination process. So he was the guy we took out first, just so you get who we're talking about here. He was the first guy we went after. Same kind of deal in his. He's got the farmland in there, and then airplane up here, which is really cool. We rotate again. We have got Jacob Seed, who is the military brother, and in him we've got a bear, you know, hunters, shotguns, all sorts of things, and then the trees are actually his faux hawk. That's really cool. And then it's shaved on the sides, which is actually a waterfall. If you can see closely, it is a waterfall in there. So that's a really cool looking box, I gotta say. So the fun part is actually opening up and seeing what we have. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and slip this off now. I'm gonna face them backwards because I don't want to reveal the statue just yet. Of course, it's giving me grief now. There we go. Cool, we'll put this off to the side. So this version of the game, around the box we got that one scene with the entire family at the dinner table, kind of replicating the Last Supper, but cult version. This copy of the game is on the Xbox One. It is the gold edition as well, so it's going to give you all that DLC. Now this one is actually a bit different. I've already noticed a difference here, is that this version of the game, there we go, is actually a Steelbook, which is actually kind of surprising. The other one, actually I think the other one is as well. Sorry, it's just, I haven't seen a Steelbook done up this way, like where all the stuff is like, you know what I mean, like this, in ages. Okay guys, so we got all that crap off. Now this Steelbook is kind of like replicating the inside of a church with the stained glass windows, and in the stained glass it's each member of the family, particularly his brothers and sisters, because he's the center of attention. So I'll give you guys an open book kind of a look at the Steelbook here. Now, the cool thing about this as well is if we flip it on the inside, I will show you the goodies on the inside. The cool part about the deluxe edition here, so let's spin it around. You've got your game disc off on this side, and you've got the season pass details here. Now, what comes with this game is you get the entire season pass, so different modes, Dead Living Zombies, Hours of Darkness, Lost on Mars, special, you know, stories, if you will. And you actually get an extra copy of Far Cry 3 Classic Edition. So if you've never played so you're actually getting 2 games in one with this deluxe edition. And with that, you get all the DLC as well. And Far Cry 3, in my opinion, remains to be the best Far Cry game ever made. So that is a great addition. I was aware of that. That was a perk of getting the deluxe edition. Excellent, excellent game is Far Cry 3. So with this, you're getting like there's your money's worth as well. Not only do you get a Steelbook, you get all the season pass, all the DLC possible, but you actually get a second game on top of it. So I'm really impressed with that. The Steelbook is really, really cool. Like I said, it's kind of stained glassy, and on the side you got the Far Cry name there. So we're going to just kind of hide it over here behind that. All right, and now, actually, I think there's a bit more. I'm not going to get into it just yet. I just want to make sure before I completely open. There's a couple of goodies here that I want to go through. So the first thing we got here is, well, there's a couple things. It's the actual soundtrack. Now, if you guys are familiar with this, they actually did record a bunch of songs strictly for the game. And it's all like gospel kind of music, kind of, you know, depending what region you're in, they sing about each respective family member. So tons of different songs in the back here. There's 19 total. So there is this as well. So there's your soundtrack right there. And also we got from what I would assume is a poster. Now this is always kind of, I'm gonna actually put him down here for a minute. This is always kind of hit or miss because either I put it away perfectly or I don't. Now, I'm also pretty sure this is actually a map of the entire area, and that is exactly what it is on one side. And the cool thing is it's like picking up a map. Actually, I'll show you this first. Check it out. Welcome to Hope County, Montana. So there you go, right there, ladies and gentlemen. I'll give you a proper view. So full out Hope County, and it's essentially like grabbing one of these and a map of the area. Like, look, they have the entire area. They have advertisements based on the area as well. Like, isn't that cool? It simulates like a real map that you would actually find if you picked it up if you were going down there. So it's got like, you know, let's see, the Whistling Beaver Brewing Company, if you guys remember that. Ryan Son's flight training and tours, like all this cool stuff. Premium Angus beef at the Spread Eagle, you know, that bar. And then all sorts of other goodies as well. And it actually does tell you where certain areas are just based on this legend here. So that is really, really cool. So I'm gonna do my best to fold this up. I hate these things because they never go back the way you expected them. Oh my God, guys, I think I got it. I can't believe it. I did it. I folded it back. That is amazing. Now, I think that's about it for any sort of extra side stuff, which brings me to the man himself, the father. Now, the thing is, he's one of the villains that I actually really like. There's a few villains out there. I wasn't a huge fan of Pagan Min, but he is a villain that you actually love. I didn't even hate him that much. You know what I mean? Like, you know how the thing is with past villains, you either hate them, you don't have a problem with them, or you love to hate them. Now, he's somebody I don't hate. I don't know what it is. Even though he's crazy and he needed to be stopped, I don't hate him. But here's your collector's edition here. It's very simple. Actually, it's like literally just like a piece of plasticky wood with some stained glass in the back. The father obviously holding his Bible, stepping on the stool with their version of the American flag on the floor here. So that is really cool, good detail. They've got the, you know, he's got his little man bun, as you can see, he's got a little man bun there. And he's got his glasses and he's preaching away. It's simple, it gets to the point. I like it. I think it looks cool. It's gonna be a nice addition on my shelf. I am running out of room though, I gotta get another shelf. But anyway, there's the father edition in its entirety. So you get the statue, of course, you get the CD, so like the soundtrack here, you get a map and a poster, hybrid, you get complete season pass with Far Cry 3 Classic Edition on it, and you of course get the Steelbook to all hold it up. So it's a physical copy of the game, bam, there you go, it's exciting, isn't it? So, that's this, okay, that's the Father Edition, okay? So we're gonna come back to this edition, obviously, we're gonna compare it once we do it, but now it's time to move on to the Hope County Edition. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so we're about to get into the Hope County Edition, the highest end version of this game that you could possibly get, exclusive on the Ubisoft store, same with the Father Edition, you can only get them there. Now, since this is so large, it gets its own box, okay, so it's gonna go over here. We'll get into this in a second, but there are this little pamphlet of goodies, which actually comes with the exact same stuff as the Father, so you get Hope County CD, and you get the poster, but you also get something that's a part of the box. And of course, you get the game copy as well. So everything on that front is identical. So it's also a Steelbook version. This one's wrapped up a little bit differently, but for all intents and purposes, it is the same thing. So we shouldn't have to get too much into it. I will open it just to make sure. Oh, wait a minute. There's something that you guys should be aware of. Here's something that's an exclusive about the PlayStation 4 version. And since mine was on PS4 as well, I got some exclusive content. But players on PlayStation 4 receive a free Hope County baseball pack. And so you essentially get a special MP5K SMG, the Hope County baseball muscle car, which is essentially a Ford Mustang, and the baseball outfit, which I do have as well. So I'll give you guys a little bit of a peek at that just so you can get an idea. But for all intents and purposes, everything else is the same. It does come with, let me just make sure, it does come with the same DLCs, the same extra copy of Far Cry 3, all that good stuff. And I didn't show it to you, but on the back of this, it is kind of the American flag. So you know how they have like images. So same kind of stuff. I'll put it back in the slipcover. Now, let's get into the whole major point of it. So nothing really different there except for some exclusive items. But this one's a little bit different. What you have to do is kind of lift it up like this. As you can see, you got the big American flag. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can. There you go. Big American flag, their version anyway. Then I got to take this like so to kind of help me lift it up. Okay, so far so good. Please don't drop this. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm going to do the transfer. So far so good. So does this thing actually... I'm going to have to look at these. There's instructions on how to use it. I don't know what that means, but we're gonna find out. So I got to get this thing trimmed up. God, there's so much garbage when it comes to opening a collector's edition, doesn't it? Okay, so I like how the box has actually like got the logo on it, you know. Oh my, we are all tested. One antler. And on the other antler, what do we got? It's wrapped in barbed wire. That's cool. All right, let me just pop this to the side. I don't really understand this, to be honest with you. Oh wait, we're not even done. That's one side. Oh my goodness. Okay, hold on. We still got to cut this top portion. Yes. All right, we're free. Sort of free. Look at this. The tape is coming. Just leave it alone. You're separated now. Okay, here we go. Whoa, this thing actually has some girth. All right, let's give it a chuck. All right, so here it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is meant to be hung on a wall. Now, does it actually have, like, is it powered? So I should be showing you this. Here you go. Little look there. I'll put the antlers on it so it's a little more understanding of what we're doing here. This thing is it just kind of sit like that, or it seems kind of loose? I feel like it needs to clip in. Yeah, there's a clip. I don't want to hurt myself. Ah! So unfortunately, this thing fell when I was reaching for this, and one of the antlers chipped. How bad is it? Honestly, you can't tell. It's in the back here. This thing came off. Honestly, it just looks like the deer saw some rough times. It's a bit more natural, so I lost that tip there, unfortunately. Damn, I don't even know how that happened, but I was reaching for the instructions because this thing isn't clipping in. It's really as simple as just putting it in, but the problem is mine won't snap into place. See how loose that is? Let's try the other one, see if it snaps in, the broken one. Like I said, it gives it character. Gives it some character. That one did. That one had the satisfying, like, suck in. Doesn't even sit flush, unfortunately. This one's broken. I think I got a broken one, guys. See that? It doesn't clip in. It's got like a little snap, like you could see inside, it's got to snap into it. But it won't do it. You can hear it like, I don't know if you can hear that. Wait, did that do it? Nope. It won't go far enough in to snap. Yeah, guys, unfortunately, my deer is a bit broken. I mean, if you're hanging it, that's the purpose. If you're hanging it, it's not gonna go anywhere, okay? Like, I mean, geez, this thing is actually pretty heavy. I gotta give the credit for the detail. This thing legit looks like a real deer head. It probably isn't, but the whole detail and how like realistic it looks is pretty cool. I'm disappointed that this doesn't go in properly because it just sits there. It's supposed to snap like this one, give you, you know, so you can still take it out if you use a bit of strength, but this one just sits. It doesn't snap. I pushed in as hard as I can. It can't go any further. That's about the extent of it, and I've already broken it because it just fell off. It didn't hit anything either. It just hit the floor and snapped off. So the build quality of the antlers aren't too great, but it is what it is. So I can't even lean this again. It's so heavy. It's meant to be hung on a wall, like, you know, like this, you know. Just go bam. Scare everybody who walks in your room. So I mean, I could hang it up. Do I want to? I don't know yet. I feel like this might fall too frequently because I got a defective one, but it is what it is. So let's go ahead and do a comparison of the two, and I'll give you my official thoughts. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so between these two collector's editions, obviously we've got the PS4 copy down there. It's the same thing though, so judging from what I've seen here, I greatly prefer the Father Edition. It's a lower in price. You get a nice collectible that, you know, is smaller. This thing you got to mount to your wall, and as you can see, mine was a bit defective and it broke easily when it fell on carpet. It didn't hit anything on the floor, just rolled off this table and fell on the carpet, and I heard a snap and I lost a piece right here. So a piece of the antler broke. But that's not really the end of the world. It just kind of makes the thing look a little more worn out, you know, like a little more like it was found. Oh, sorry, it was on this antler here, my bad. It can be glued on too, but it's just made of plastic. So if I could choose which one to spend my money on, I'd definitely go with the the Father Edition. I think it's best bang for your buck because this thing is vastly more expensive. I think it's more like, I want to say it was about $60 to $70 more expensive than the Father Edition. So I think if you want a collector's edition of Far Cry 5, I'd go with the Father. It's smaller, it fits better, it's still a nice piece. You get the same basic stuff. Only difference is you're switching out this for this. That's literally the only difference. But if you got this version on PS4, you would get that exclusive DLC as well. So getting this version has nothing to do with it being on, you know, that extra DLC. That's a PS4 exclusive thing. So if you want the same kind of idea, you get this on PS4. But either way, it is what it is. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of plop this down somewhere. Very interesting though. I gotta say, this is truly a cool idea. I can't even lay it flush because it's like the antlers are sticking out. So my apologies there. But anyway, I'm actually gonna grab it for the sake of argument. There we go, for the sake of argument. There it is. Okay. So my dear head's gonna sit off to the side. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna get into something, and I'm very excited about it because Dan, you've already got a copy of Far Cry 5. You've already beat the game. You got 2 copies here. Exactly. I did this on purpose. I have 1 copy on PS4 and 1 copy on Xbox One. Essentially, I am going to be giving away each one of these. These very discs are going out to you guys, including the DLC, the extra Far Cry 3 game, and all that good stuff that comes in this. I'm literally taking these 2 things, putting them in the mail, and sending it to somebody, whoever wins. So essentially, we're going to be doing a giveaway on each one. So Xbox One people and PS4 people have a chance of winning. I love it. I'm so glad that I have 1 of each that way. So ladies and gentlemen, if you want to enter these puppies, there's going to be 2 separate giveaways, obviously. 1 for Xbox One, 1 for PS4. There is a link in the description. Be sure to check which one it is first. They're going to be right on top. 1 is Xbox One, 1 is PS4. So whatever console you want to enter for, be sure to click that one and enter that way. It's simple as that. Follow the instructions and you'll be entered to win. I will be doing my draw a week from today. Today is Thursday, so next Thursday I will be giving it away. Now keep in mind, these giveaways are exclusive to Twitter because it's so much easier for me to give things away on Twitter. So be sure, when you enter on Twitter, it's mandatory to enter on Twitter. When you do that, be sure to check in a week's time. I'll give people a bit of time in the day and I'll probably draw the game a little bit closer towards the late evening for these 2 copies. So please check your Twitter. I will be sending you a private Twitter message if you do win. So, ladies and gentlemen, I wish you the best of luck with the giveaway. I appreciate you guys watching this unboxing. What did you think of each respective collector's edition? Like I said, I really like this one a lot more, but this thing, the idea is cool, the detail is really neat. So it's kind of like a hunting kind of a thing, you know, when you mount the bones on the wall. Makes sense that they would do something like that, but I think this is a better bang for your buck overall. If you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to hit that like button. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you haven't yet, be sure to like and follow my pages on social media. Facebook.com/DanQ8000 for live streams of other content. Twitter, DanQ8000, obviously for giveaways too. Very important. Instagram, DanQ8K, and Snapchat, DanQ8000. If you want to get yourself a shirt or hoodie, there's a link to my shop in the description below. And if you want to save 10% off your next DX Racer, link in the description. Use the promo code DanQ8000 at checkout. All right, guys, thank you so much again for watching. Hope you enjoyed the Let's Play. I know it's been over for a while, but I hope you enjoyed it. Either way, we'll have this giveaway out to you guys fairly soon, and you can play the game for yourself. But until then, guys, let's hand things over to Knox Hill. Have a good one, guys.
Who's the man with the plan? if you feel trouble, wild and wild on these violent ends. Hit you 8,000. Wait a minute, hold that style is dialed in. Goddamn Billy Jack, we still riding tires flat. I hear them sirens, see shots flying, so we driving fire back. If they ain't vibing, lie with that. Got me dressed up in all black. What up? Hood up, and I see them haters try to run with us. They gon' need inhalers. Gotta breathe them hard just like Darth Vader. Players, grab your respirators. Night invaders get lightsabered. Mask on for the shooters. Move like trash to bed intruder. Got that Glock and got them woofers. Just press play, I'll keep it moving. Who is not? Still you damn fools. Keep it fresh like canned food. There ain't nothing we can't do, so tune into that damn cue. Yeah. It was never, ever a game.